Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm doing good. How you feeling?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. Hello.
Oh,
So
really?
this is actually the oldest mall in. This is actually the oldest mall in Dallas.
The oldest, this one.
Mm-hmm.
It looks
And
very new.
it's been renovated now.
Okay, yes,
So
it looks
what you're
very
walking into, this actually used to be a Macy's.
Oh, okay.
And we're up on the second floor.
Okay.
So there's a lot of development opportunities here. So we have a couple of hospitals here now, and school on the inside.
Thank you.
Lady Margaret, this is our culinary.
And make sure they understand where they're supposed to be. And oftentimes you won't ever know that until you actually have somebody that can help you with your blind spots, right? Because what happens is we wait till it's too late often. We wait till we have a nervous breakdown. We wait till somebody passes away. We don't know why the grief takes a hold on us so hard. It's because there was this funnel and you got stuck somewhere and you didn't know, and the grief just it's like it opened something, it bust a pipe, right? And now you don't know why you can't stop crying for hours. And you like, I know I'm sad about that person that passed, but it's something else. It's something about you don't realize that at some point your joy left. Some people don't ever know some people have never experienced joy. And it's an understanding that I don't think we really I don't think we get it, right? Because we function. I call us high functioning. We have always had to be strong. We always have to, we're kind of in survival mode most days, right? We are bosses, we're caretakers, we're mothers, we're aunties, we are friends, all of the things. We hold all these spaces, and we don't hold spaces for us to actually just show up as ourselves. Because what does that even look like? If I was to ask you who you were outside of being a mother, if I was to ask you who you are outside of being a good friend, if I was to ask you who you were outside of being a spouse, if I was to ask you who you were outside of your profession, how many of you guys can shoot it out right like there for me, like that? Like, tell me, I'm this, that. How many? Like, raise your hand. Who could do that if I took all your roles away and I asked you to give me a 30-second or 15-second description of who you are outside of those roles? How many of you guys can tell me who you are? Just raise your hand and be honest. A small subset of the micro scope of people, because we identify ourselves by our roles, right? You feel good if you're a good mom, don't you? Just being honest. Your child get good grades, you feel good. You know, you feel good if your spouse tells you that they feel supported. You feel like, I'm a great wife. You feel good if your boss gets you a raise and give you a promotion. You're all of a sudden, you have value now. Well, what happens when your spouse doesn't tell you how great you are? Are you now sad and depressed? What happens if your child drops out of school or they have a baby at 16? Do you feel like you're the worst mama ever? What happens if you don't get the promotion? They pass you over again. Matter of fact, they dock you for something that you did. Do you feel like you are not worthy? I am posing these questions because these are the type of things that are really things that we don't talk about enough, because honestly, we do put value on those things, right? And my job is to help you realize that is dangerous. It's super dangerous to define yourself by what you do, right? And so this workshop was birthed out of the necessity for us to, I mean, let's be honest, we're steppers, we love this dance, we love to get out. I'm sure the reason most people approach dancing was because, wow, that seems fun. Oh, I like that, looks smooth. They look like they're cool. I like how that goes together. Or I need something to do, to release, you know? And so you came across stepping however you did, and it's some type of outlet for you. And that's great. I'm all for that. But what I see and what I saw, little fun fact, I'm from Chicago. So I'm a new stepper, and so this process is new for me. And I didn't realize that when I started it, I was starting another process underneath, and I was so confused about what that process was. And then I realized that I was healing, and my healing started to come through my dance. And I didn't understand it. It was actually very confusing for me. It was really hard, to be honest. So this is how this kind of birthed, because I started to think about it. I said, people think they're coming to these dance sets, and they're like, oh, I put it on the floor. I don't think about home when I come here. I get a couple of hours to not think about that job. I get a couple of hours not to have to take care of my parents or take care of my kids. I get a couple of hours and it's just me time. The music come on and I start flowing. And I think what the problem with that is, you do not realize that the things that you don't deal with, they physically manifest in your body. And I'm gonna prove it to you. One thing, the reason I am not a regular therapist is because I believe most therapists believe, and they deal with emotional and mental. That's usually where they stop at. You have a few of them that deal with somatic exercises, which is a little bit of the physical stuff, but most deal with emotional, mental, right? I believe that holistic healing is emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, and relational. Those are 5 ways of healing. I'm gonna say it again. Even the reason I do it like that is because what I would feel like is your palm is there's a lot of nerves in your hand. And what happens is that all of these are interconnected. So if you were to pull on this, it is gonna affect every one of these. And what happens is that if our emotions are off, it puts our physical off. If our spiritual is off, it throws our emotional off, and vice versa. So for you to not believe that any of those things are connected, you are going through life thinking that you not being able to start that business has nothing to do with the fact that you were rejected by your mom when you were about 10. You didn't think those things were connected. When you had that teacher that told you were dumb and you probably never could do what you thought you could do, you didn't think that had anything to do with the fact that you have never went for a promotion at your job and you've been working there 25 years. You didn't think those things were connected. Because who tells you that? You probably would never go to a therapist because you're like, I'm not broken and therapy is for broken people. Right? I function every day. I'm a kind person. I'm a good person. Why would I need therapy? But what you don't realize is all therapy is somebody helping you take a look at you. Good, better, or indifferent. If you have it all together, what's the problem with having somebody look at it? But the reality is most people are afraid of mirror moments. Mm-hmm. Most people don't really want to look at how they're doing, because if they're honest, you talk to somebody and ask them how they're doing, the average person is stressed, they'll end up crying, and they don't know why. I ask people, how you doing? And some people are like, it's just hard today. And that's okay. It's okay for you to have a hard day. The thing that's not okay is to have lots of hard days, and you never actually focus on the problem, because that's a symptom. The crying is just a symptom. Right? It's okay to cry. I want you to cry. But if you don't know why you're crying, if you don't know why every day feels hard, if you don't know why you're exhausted, anybody, and there's no judgment here. Anybody self-medicate?
I'm sorry.
I mean, and when I say self-medicate, I mean smoke cigarettes, smoke marijuana, smoke a vape, drink alcohol, overeat food,
overshot,
have sex, a lot of sex, or just when you get shot, you only hitting symptoms. It's the same thing as if you take Robitussin when you got a cough, but you don't actually deal with the actual cold. You don't deal with the real thing. You don't deal with the virus. It's a virus sitting inside of you, and you just keep on throwing Robitussin at it, and you haven't dealt with it. So yes. This whole thing is about dealing, is letting you understand that all that stuff, let's get back to the dance, all that stuff, you're bringing on the floor with you. And I think you think, oh no, I don't. No, I go on the floor, my mind is clear. That's cute. If you can't go to sleep easily at night, your mind is not clear. If you have a hard time sleeping, if you're tired and put your head on the pillow and can't go to sleep, you are somebody that's an overthinker. If you're somebody when it's time to try to go to sleep and you have a hard time, you are somebody who does not know when to turn it off. And you're not alone. Welcome. You're not alone. And so the problem is these are things that we normalize, right? You just think, oh, that's part of my process. I gotta wind down. Girl, your wind down time is 3 hours. We normalize what it takes us to cope. We say, well, a little gummy, ain't nothing wrong with that if 50 see me through my day. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with y'all gummies. I like gummies. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But to the point where when it is what you need to get through the day, then that is self-medicating. And what you need to understand is there's a deeper root issue. I love a good drink too, but if you can't get through your night without a drink, I'm not judging you, but you need it, and it's a way that you are processing with and avoiding dealing with the bigger thing. And so my thing is that I know we're suffering in silence, and we come on this dance floor, we like, oh, I want to dance, and then we hear men say stuff like, oh, y'all arms are heavy. Y'all are hard to move around this floor, and then we like, you can't dance either. You know, it's something that happened in my bloodline prior to me ever getting here. And I don't know if y'all know DNA and trauma could travel back 7 generations. Isn't that crazy? Hear that, 7 generations. So if my son is 1 generation, I'm a 2nd generation. My mama is a 3rd generation. My grandmother would have been a 4th generation. I don't know my grandmama, but she's not here anymore. I don't know my great-grandmother, so that's on the 4th generation. I got 3 other generations of people that I have no clue what they went through over here. Has anybody had something happen to you that you probably shouldn't have got so mad at and you overreacted? Can anybody say that ever happened to them in here?
Yeah.
Did you ever figure out why, or did you blame it on your period? Did you figure out why at that time, or did you just say, I don't know why I went off, I'm really not sure? You had a nerve, anything? Yeah. Do you know what the nerve was? Oh, okay, yeah. So that's called a trigger, okay? That's called a trigger. And so my issue with triggers are, we all have them. But if you don't know what your triggers are, you won't know. And guess what that is? That means you're walking around on landmines. Everybody around you is. And landmines, it means you don't know where you're stepping at. That means you can stand there, something to blow up. And guess what we do? We walk through the landmine, they blow up, and we just keep on walking. And we don't even care why it is. We don't even sit here, and we're not even more careful afterwards because that's just part of it. I see my mama blow up, and that's just what women do. It's called emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to acknowledge who you are and how you show up and properly regulate your emotions and process them. So, when you don't know why you show up how you do, when you don't know how you show up, when you never took the time to put that mirror in there, you walk around like that. And you wonder, I don't think that we're honest about being burnt out sometimes, right?
I don't think so.
Right?
Yeah.
This is part of it, right? We strong. We got this. We gonna handle this. That man walk away, we don't care, we got this. Them kids act up, I ain't gonna let them steal my joy. I'm keep going. My mama don't help me, that's okay. I'm every woman. But do we ever stop and deal with what that really feel like? There's terms called rejection. Anybody ever deal with rejection in here? On the dance floor. Is that the first time you feel like you ever dealt with rejection? Those words sound heavy, right? And we don't want to be victims, right? So what we say is, I'm not still suffering from the stuff I dealt with back in my childhood. I'm not healed. That's not still a problem. I'm 40, I'm 50, I'm 60. Because that sounds weak, right? It's weak. It feels weak to say I'm still dealing with that. And I'll give you a different way to look at it. What if I told you that what you won't identify, you carry? I got a little exercise for you because I really believe that I don't think people are aware of how they show up. Write down one thing you know that you have not dealt with that you are carrying every day. I want you to start to think about something that you have not dealt with that you're carrying. And I'm going to say this in the softest way I can say. If you cannot think of something, you're not doing enough. I guarantee you, every single one of us is carrying something. We're carrying multiple things. If you, as long as you're growing, you're healing. There's always opportunity to heal. That doesn't mean that you haven't dealt with some parts of things. So again, I'm gonna say, if you have anything, if you don't feel like you have something to write on that paper, that's a whole other story. You should, somebody should be like, I got a couple things.
Yeah.
But I just want you to do one. I just want you to do one. Did everybody get something? Yes? Anybody that did? Yeah. Okay. What I want you to do, I want you to, I think I'm ready now. Can everybody close their eyes for a second?
I knew it. I said, ooh.
I'm not gonna go too.
No, you, hey.
This is just.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I want you to see how you feel every time it comes up. And I want you to breathe. So one of the things I do is a lot of breath work. So the way that you properly breathe is you come through your diaphragm and you breathe up. Hold it for 3 seconds and you let it out slow and steady through your mouth. But when you let it out, what you're doing is releasing it a little bit at a time. And what I'm not saying is the thing, you're releasing how you felt about the thing every time it comes up. So, and when I release it, I'm better. I have to do that about 3 times. So I want you guys to do that 3 times. I want you to literally do that 3 times. You have to almost put it like it's a ball in the air, and that you take it and you're taking little pieces of that ball and you're processing it and breathing out. Please do not rush this. You're not going to hurt my feelings if you don't do it. This is hurting you if you don't do it. Let it out slow and steady. Because guess what happened? You've never really got permission to do that. Or you didn't know the tools to do it. I can't.
Testing. Okay, that's better. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is, we talked about carrying a lot of stress in our shoulders and our arms, and guys telling you that you feel too heavy or they have to pull you. I'm going to teach you how to release the pressure in the arms, or something you can practice on, and how to be lighter in your hands. How to move lighter, how to carry your own weight. Most people in this dance, they want footwork and all the turns, but that comes from mastering the basics, So once you master the basics, you'll start seeing your own personality come out. And so until you do that, even if you learn some footwork, I don't know how often you're going to use it because you haven't mastered the basics. Okay, so the first thing I want everybody to do is relax all the way. Relax it, it's not relaxed. Nope, you still holding. Very good. So that exercise is to show you how much you're really carrying in the dance. You're carrying a lot, so you have to intentionally. Before you walk in the club, go dance, or before that guy after the dance, just take that breath and just let it go. And then your arms will be better. Now, let's do the moving part. Y'all 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to go back up there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey! I got it! I grabbed your fingers. I had your red, trying to make you move. No, but when you're relaxed, you can feel what he wants you to do. You'll have to get it. You're feeling it. And that's only because you're relaxed. That's the only way y'all know that. And that's okay. Okay. Yes. Carry your weight. You don't want to push the steps down hard on the ground. You want to make soft steps to the ground. You don't want to make it hard. So when you're hitting the ground, it's a soft step. It's not. That's too much pressure that you're putting on your body And you're actually stiffening up every time you do that. So you want to make lighter steps. You want to hold your body up. Too much arm on the push, on the one. The four is good, but just a little bit. Very good. Okay. I'm say. I feel it. You said the things to me. You too little to be so strong. Listen, I tell men all the time, I know you're a man. I'll come rough. I know you're a man, and I love that I'm not. You gotta soften up with me. Yeah, you gotta soften up with me. I tell her. Oh yeah, I said, I'm a flower, you don't pick my posters off. Yeah, stop, This one guy actually told me, well, I can't help it. I'm like, well, yes you can. I said, you pick up a baby, you wouldn't be this rough. Stop. You're not gonna pick up a tomato and just stop it. No, you're trying to handle things that's gentle. So treat me as such. And so it is a fine balance of when I give attention, but for the most part, I'm really not giving attention. And if I do, it's not hard, it's so soft. My attention is soft. So, the thing about the one is, I'm gonna do it so you can know what it feels like. That's what it feels like. So when you're doing that to a man, he's a man, his response is to do it back.
She said she looked like that. And so my thing was like, oh,
You're gonna listen and you're gonna feel it. Because he's trying to make you do something instead of asking you because you're tense. Right? It is a conversation. It is. It's a light conversation that you're having with each other through the fingers. I never allow men to grab me like this. Grab me like this. I immediately get out of it. And if they keep doing it, I'll say something. Stop grabbing me on my wrist. You're gonna break my arm. Yeah. The squeezing of the thumbs. Oh yeah, that's horrible. That is horrible. Yeah, they squeeze so hard. I was dancing with this guy. I said, you're gonna break my fingers. Let them know you're hurting me. You shouldn't have to know that's a boundary. You're hurting me. Yeah, it does hurt. They be squeezing so hard. I'm like, what are you doing? For me, I'm like, you know you desperate? Why are you doing this to me? But you shouldn't be doing it to anybody. Okay? So let them know. Also, I hear women say, well, he's doing a dance, it's his lead. And yet, most of the great men came because of women. So, if you're not telling him that it feels right, kill the old man, we need to kill these eagles around here. That didn't feel right. We need better men dancers. But if you're not speaking up, they don't know. They think they're doing great. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Guess what? Guess what? Yes, you do. Well, if you're new, it's different. It's different. But if you understand the basics and you get off your basics, it ain't always your fault. It's not always your fault. And that's another thing we carry. Every mistake is ours, it's not. And especially when you trust. I was there and everybody started coming again. The other thing with that though, because you're trying to be accountable, So if we don't let them know, he's gonna go to the next lady. He's gonna keep doing it. And we don't do that. We need good men out here. I don't dance with women, but I see a lot of women leave now. But I know. They're unhappy with the men, but you're also unhappy with the men because you're not telling them. You're freaking not telling them. And so they think, hey, I'm doing an amazing job. And they're not. They're ready and they're not. And they're not. And so the thing that we do is that we actually learn the basics. Because we actually learn the basics. Yes. And so in that learning, you have a skill to teach that guy if he turns you wrong. Because you learned your basics. Yeah. Okay. If you learned your basics, you have the ability to tell him, to teach him that he did that turn. My revelation came in that because God was telling me I'm too strong to be so little, and so I'm trying to figure it out. So I got my little spaghetti arms going on, trying to loosen up, and then one day I'm sitting down on my couch, and nobody's there, just not breathing, and my shoulders were so high up to my freaking ears. I said, oh, this is a life thing, it's not a dance. So much tension here, and I was trying to keep it, and I'm like, so I called her just I said, oh, it is, and I told my lieutenant, and she said, she said, I called 4 or 5 people, none of them know I do. She said, she said, you must, maybe I should say something, and I realized I went out, I saw somebody there, I was trying to press, and my shoulders was like, I guess I was here and then all this extra tension, and I'm talking about it hurts. So yesterday, I have to go in before I start next hour to literally say release. Yes. I know, you're funny, I did that, but to me, to this day, before I start next, I still do it. I still, my shoulders still come up. No, they still, no, I still, my shoulders, but I have to check it like, girl, relax. So it still happened, this happened years ago that I found this out. And it's still today, so that means that this don't stop, it's an intentional work. It ain't all just come here, oh yeah, relax. No, this is all the time. You gotta catch yourself. Because it's only, yes. Yeah. And you won't even know. So, your hands are always on top. I hate when men, because now I feel like I'm leading. I feel like I'm leading like this. With my hands on God. So, my hands are always on top of I'm leading right now. Right? He's not to do this. If he does that, grab my wrist. You do this, and put your hands on God. Yeah, let don't pull. Just lean. We got it here. We good here. Yeah, good. Nice. Nice. It is. But this is all in helping you not take over the dance, but you got all your you lead from down here. You don't lead from up here. You don't control from up. You control from down here. I go as fast as I want to go. I go as slow as I want to go. If I don't want to do a turn, I don't have to do a turn. Try to turn. Right turn. Right turn. Just give me a right turn. If I don't want to turn, I don't have to because I control this part of the dance. He controlled the arms, so he did it, but I don't have to turn. That's real cute. So, okay, 6, 7. You don't have to do anything. You don't. And one of you know, I do understand the basics. That's all I did. I didn't do nothing extra. I just did the basics and did not turn. Most of y'all got 3 or 4 pretty good, but when they do like, when you have to move your 4 in the basics, I noticed that you'll have your arm like this and pull yourself across. That's not gonna work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, walk over here. 4, 5, very good. 7, 8. 1, walk over here. And do it again. No arm. But you just did it. 4, there you go. No arm. Come on over here. So now I can do that. You see, I can't do that if you're pulling. Like, yeah, very good. Here. There you go. Hey, I ain't feel nothing. And that's it. I don't want to feel the weight of your body, and I'm trying to do a move, and maybe I want to do something else, but then, here you doing this. I did the same thing. It was hard. It's like, girl, that's so hard. 6, 7, 8. Very good. Most people do the extended right. Was taught wrong. I don't know how nice to put it. Yeah, I didn't. So I think it's been taught something like that. Yeah. No. No. So with the extended right, the basics doesn't change. I heard somebody say it's except to the rules. No, the basic does not change. 1 is still 1, 2 is still 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What makes a difference with the term is that at 1, you're actually taking your body in the opposite direction. So your arm is coming here, but your body is going there. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, like there's 5 different right turns. You got old school right, where you just go right into the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you got a walk up right turn. 1, 2, 3, come back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you got a quick right turn. It's almost like the sexy right, but it's really quick. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a quick right. Right. It's in place, but then you also move across. But it is too fast to just sit there, so you gotta move across. And then you got the sexy right, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna do it again. I want everybody arms to be relaxed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go. 1, 2. Good. 4, 5, nice. 7, 8. Now we're gonna do this. 1, 2. Because now you got too far to go for your 3 and your 4 to get back where I just came from. So my 2 always come up to my 1. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's never 1, 2. That's too much work. That's way too much work. So keep it together. 6, 7, basic. 1, 2, 3, relax your arms. 6, 7, walk up. 1, good. 4, oh, that is beautiful. 1, get very good. I need 1. 1, 2. Yeah. No, that's the one we just did. Well, that's a walk up right turn. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what you want to do? No. 1, 2. Put up that one. Hey. Somebody argued me down and told me that I did extended right. Somebody argued me down. You do it. I said, well, Yes, you do.
Well, you know what?
But it's very right.
I think that
I'm telling you,
the flyer for
I
the
do
set,
not do that.
they did have two separate.
But when in his mind,
I think that
he
kind of
felt
threw some
like
people off.
what he did with my arms dictated what I did with my legs.
They had two separate
And it
flyers.
does not. And that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Just because they ran your arm, they don't mean they don't be one too. Yeah, they ran it up. They ran it up. So no, that does not do. And he kept doing it again. I kept doing
This
he looking like I'm not gonna do that. I don't care what you do with my. There's nothing to do with my feet. It's only men features. And so women, we out here, we out there, hey, you know, getting it. And the ladies like, hey, what they doing? They couldn't figure it out. So they came up. Just like this 147 that they got the men with. You spend hours and hours of money to learn the basics, and then you got somebody here dragging you across the floor. Doing just that.
You try to look cool, but you try to.
No. You listen. You cannot come in my class doing that. You gonna break this habit. They're gonna get you on Something like this. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking up, slacking off. Went to the park to get to school. Knuckleheads out there, those shoes on. You can it be?
You know, remember, David? David W? I ain't got my phone with you. I'll tell you text you. Because I'm from Chicago, so we used to be married. And y'all always said, and I remember one of my idols, Miss Sheila, Yolanda.
We both got hot. I'm glad I had this old ass wig. Yeah, when you were playing outside, I didn't want to be like, ain't no embarrassment, girl. Right.